G'day and how's it going? So I've been asked a few questions about how things like the blueberries and the worm farm and other sort of the other container garden that I have around our little place, how they're going at the moment, especially now that we're coming into spring. So I thought I'd give you guys just a bit of a little update just on how those things are doing, as well as future plans and some of the plants that I've actually bought and that I'm really excited about to try and grow. So we'll hop straight into it and we'll get started with the worm farm. Alright, so we'll just check on in the worm farm. So I did open this up before, so I hope that they've sort of come back up to the top. So I've just been using a bit of cardboard. There they are, just as a surface thing, and there they are. Now this is actually a really bad example of how many there are. There you go, as you can see around there's quite a few more. But this has seriously exploded with growth. I started off just by collecting my own worms, starting a free one. Then I did end up buying about 500 compost worms just from a local sort of garden centre, and that was just because I really wanted to get this off to a really good start. I also want to start really growing this up and perhaps start selling my own compost worms as well. Now, if you can see along there, sorry about my shadow, may be able to pick up these little white wiggly things. They're the little baby worms that are, every single time I open them, there are constantly so many of those, and that's the real thing I'm excited about. So I've been feeding the farm about 3 times a week generally, just with various scraps, mainly juice scraps. But also a bit of a dry mix as well, sometimes just to give them a bit of extra protein, and also shell grit, which helps them to grind it up. So the whole garden is literally just around here, so I'll just quickly take you around. So this is the lemon thyme, which has been exploding with growth, with a bit of oregano along there. So it's just in this little almost like fake half wine container that we got dirt cheap, which is awesome. And then here we actually have a red rhubarb, which I got from my Nana and Granddad. So thank you very much, guys. And that I just recently potted that up. That's starting to get some really good growth on it. At the back we have a little olive, which I managed to pick up for only $2. So this is a grafted olive. It just because it was just a bit past its best use state. And so they reduced it, and I was able to pick it up for a bargain. So that's growing in one of the 10-litre root pouches at the moment. Down the front here we have some dill and stevia. So this stevia is in its 2nd year. It's just starting to re-sprout. And then here is the dill, which again is just only really re-sprouting in a way, I guess. I planted this quite a few months ago, and it's only really started to take off now. I was having a look underneath the mulch here today, and I saw quite a few compost worms in there, which is also really nice. And I have sometimes been taking some of the compost worms from in there and putting a little bit of cardboard or paper with a lot of the baby worms on it, just underneath the mulch, or underneath, just lightly underneath the soil, just to really help build up the organic matter and also the worm castings in each container. So then we have some of the figs. So this is one of the figs, and it's just grown in a real simple 9-litre or maybe a couple of gallon, I don't know the conversion, anyway, just a really small container, and it's been growing in here ever since for its whole life. So this was actually an air pruning. I have a video on that if you want to check that out. Put it up in the top right corner. But yeah, this is really started to grow well this spring during this growing season, which is awesome. At the top here I have a little red pawpaw. As you can see, it is not that happy. It's ever since I got it, I did get it from Diggers Club, but ever since I got it, it's sort of a bit limp, really floppy, and then suddenly its leaves have started really dying back. This is actually the first time I've sort of had a problem going through Diggers. Otherwise, they are phenomenal company, and yeah, I really love their stuff. By the way, that isn't paid promotion or anything like that. I just really like what they have. So hopefully this does make a bit of a comeback. because I really want this, really want to try growing this. And here we have the Navelina Orange. So this is a close relative to the popular navel orange, and it's actually a Spanish cultivar, is where this variety originates from. So I got this as a gift from a mate from church, so thank you very much, Mitch. Appreciate this very, very much. And he used this as a demonstration in church and didn't want to keep it, so just because they had a few oranges at their place already. So he gave this to me, which I absolutely love, so thanks for that, mate. Still in its original pot, but it is already putting out little oranges, as you can see, just like up along there. So I do need to replant this, hoping to do a video on this by itself, of just me planting it, and I'll be growing in a big root pouch. But it's awesome to the flowers. They fill this backyard with a very sweet, beautiful perfume that the bees also love as well. So yeah, it is absolutely awesome, and I'll hopefully be planting that very, very soon. Okay, so now on to the blueberries. So as you can see, there is still plenty of flowers on this bush, but the difference is they are actually starting to ripen, which is amazing. There we go. So they're starting to fill out, which is absolutely incredible. I cannot wait. This will be our first proper crop. As you can see, those ones are getting pretty nice and big there, which is always good to see. There we go. They're starting to already fill out with a bit of colour, but there's also this new growth underneath. So as soon as these are ready to harvest, we'll just be pretty much pruning straight back, taking off probably about a third from everything, cutting back to where all this fresh leafy growth is, and then it can really grow and bulk out during the rest of the summer. So this is still growing really, really well in this 30-litre root pouch. So I'm very, very happy with this, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how well it'll go in its final stages of ripening. So this is the Sunshine Blueberry, and then straight over here we have the Blueberry Burst. So this is the Australian cultivar that has blueberries currently actual size to that, if you can see. So if you're an Aussie watching this, about a 10-cent piece, a 10-cent coin is how big they're supposed to grow to. And these are growing like, these are ripening up crazy fast. A week ago they were probably about the size, same size as the Sunshine Blueberry, but these are growing really, really quickly. And yeah, looking really healthy as well. No real signs of any nutrient deficiencies. Got some good other leafy growth down there, and again, just in the 30-litre root pouch, which I just recently fed up with some chicken manure and also some pelletized sort of chicken manure and sort of fish pellets, which they seem to be responding really well with. So finally, we've got a couple of figs, and I'll show you the main attraction, which I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, these figs are doing really, really well. Same with the other fig that I showed back that way. So they're just grown in these sort of smaller containers ever since they were taken off as air prunings. Air prunings. But they have grown really, really well. They've put on a lot of growth. All that just in this season so far, so I'm really looking forward to where that's gonna go. Then we have the little mini pomegranate. This really hasn't done well. I mean, it's sort of turning into a bit of a mini worm farm. You probably may not be able to see them all, but pretty much all this is just worm castings, really. If I can get that to focus. Yeah. May not be easy to make out, but it's pretty much just all worm castings there. The worms are having an absolute heyday in there underneath that pea straw. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that little fella goes. And here is my pride and joy at the moment. So these are actually a couple of avocados, which is a bit strange, I guess, for the area, living in the Adelaide Hills of South Australia. But I am definitely going to be giving these a crack, just because I've done research, I know it's possible, and I just really absolutely love avocados. I mean, most people do. So I want to try and grow my own. And this is the Pinkerton variety. So this is a dwarf variety, which is good, which is what I need, because I'll be growing them in large root pouches. So they have these very petite, but very pretty little flowers. And I got these through Diggers again, but these ones actually look very, very healthy, especially this bacon variety. So yeah, this Pinkerton, this is a dwarf variety, which will be very, very handy for moving. I am going to clip off these flowers though, so they can actually put energy into reshooting new leaves and growing new leaves. And then this bacon variety, this isn't a dwarf, yet it is still small, only growing to a maximum of 9 meters, but pruning, obviously keeping it down. But this is the most cold tolerant variety that there is. I think it can get down to like temperatures of near frost or very light frost, so it is actually very, very cold tolerant, which we need around here. So I will be hoping to do a video planting these for you guys. You can see how that goes, but ultimately if I see that the avocados are starting to lose their health because I'm waiting too long, I'm just going to plant them and then I'll just give you guys an update on it. But yeah, so I am super, super excited to see how these avocados grow here in this climate. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of an update of how things are going around here in our small backyard garden. So if you did like that, then make sure you leave a big thumbs up. If you have any comment suggestions or questions for me, make sure that you leave it in the comments box below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And lastly, if you really did enjoy that and you do want to see more, there'll be a playlist that you can check out down here. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so that way you're always notified whenever I post a new video. So hope you guys are having a cracker of a week, and I will catch you all next video. Cheers all.